Hey, man.
Hey, man. Welcome back.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody wish Matt a
No,
happy
guys,
birthday.
stop it. Okay, for a second.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
thanks, guys. All right.
Was Hutch at your birthday?
No, he was not. He was
So
being
he
a
didn't-
professional
he-
musician.
he-
Yeah.
He beat it instead of. It's your line. Your line. What did he do? He beat it instead
He
of.
beat it. He beat it instead of.
Hit it, Hutch.
You know what it is now, boys and girls of the podcast world. Matt and Tyler on the mics. They're gonna stay here until they agree. They're gonna stay here until they agree. Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
No.
Dude, hit it, Hutch. Bro, I see what you were going for. I see.
Or beat it, Michael Jackson.
No, I heard. Okay, so can I tell you about my birthday?
Yeah, I would love to hear it because I was not present. I wasn't invited.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So you were invited, and that's kind of where I don't know where I want to start with this. Welcome back to Until We Agree. Can I help you?
I wasn't invited to your birthday.
Okay, we're gonna get into that because first of all, just categorically false. Welcome back to Until We Agree. This is Matt, birthday boy, joined as always by my non-birthday boy Tyler. Welcome back to Until We Agree.
Couldn't be me. You're old.
No, I'm not.
You're
bro.
old.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
this
not.
is your second birthday on the pod, and I've only had one.
Bro,
so
I'm-
technically, in pod years, you're two, and I'm one.
I'm
And that's double my age.
I'm barely out of my teens, so I don't even want to hear
Right.
all that. That's garbage. Okay, so let me just give a full rundown of exactly the roller coaster you have put me on for my birthday, because I want to ride with you, bro. I do, but I've been on a roller coaster. I don't know how to feel about it. So first things first, like Tyler said. Tyler was actually invited to my birthday party. I hosted it this past Saturday.
Imagine hosting your own birthday party, by the way.
Okay, it wasn't. What do you mean? Every birthday party, like in the history of mankind,
Imagine.
I'm pretty much like most birthday parties are planned by the. No, I didn't plan it
Let me
myself.
put you on a surprise party.
Let me put you onto my wife. Let me put you
Surprise
onto my wife for a second. My wife actually planned it and did most of the execution. I just did a little bit of grilling. That's all I did. I showed up in a cute little collared shirt and did some grilling. So
I saw the shirt, and it was fine at best.
it was a good quality shirt, and I don't want to hear that. Okay, here's what happened though. I invited Tyler as like a fun little joke. I was like, Tyler lives in Texas, Tennessee. You know, that's he's not gonna make the trip, and I wouldn't expect him to. But then that all changed because what happened in April? Can you tell me this?
You had a wedding.
I had a wedding. I got married, and who was my best man?
I was.
Yeah. Okay. And then you actually came to Tennessee for a wedding this weekend, correct?
Yes.
So we were in the
That's
same
true.
we were in the same state on my birthday weekend. At a party that you were invited to, and your girlfriend. You were both invited to it.
And
she-
I
they were
hear
both
that.
in
And I
town.
hear that.
Okay.
I
okay.
hear that.
No, I don't. I'm not done yet.
You have so many birthdays.
Okay, but I'm not. Okay, I'm
Okay.
not done yet because were you the best man in this wedding?
This wedding I was at this weekend, I was not. I was not even
correct.
in the wedding.
Correct.
And let me say by the
So-
way. Let me say by the way. What a nice change of pace
Fine.
to just be able to show up.
That's not the okay.
And have fun and celebrate my.
Yeah.
my
Oh,
friends
yeah.
being betrothed.
So it was so Yeah, I'm sure it was so stressful having.
I had to give a speech. Do you not remember?
Yeah, I do, bro. I had to give a speech for that wedding too, and I didn't even prep it. I just went up and grabbed the mic and started
Oh,
talking.
by give a speech, you mean you said? I'm pretty sure you were up there for maybe 15 seconds and you said thank you all for coming.
Yeah, maybe try 2 minutes. Anyways, not the point. So, again, not the best man, but you were the best man in my wedding. You were in the same state as me for my birthday party, but you decided not to go to it, to go to another wedding for that you were not involved in any way. But your best man was in the same state having a party that he would have loved to have his best man at, and you chose not to be there. So that's the beginning of the roller coaster. The high of the birthday, the low of Tyler. Then, let's fast forward a little. Or when I say fast forward, I mean rewind. Quickly rewind. Because on
Right.
Friday, I get a text saying it's
Well,
time.
wait. But I have something to add before Friday, even because last week,
Mm-hmm.
before we'd recorded the episode that came out before this one, I had texted you and asked what your favorite character on High School Musical, the musical, the series was.
And by favorite, you did mean favorite.
I did ask favorite first.
Yes.
And so I got your favorite, and then I checked my sources, which we'll get to in a second. Your favorite was not available. That was not a thing I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked for your least favorite, which ended up being funnier.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me who's your least favorite? I don't even remember.
Her character's name is Natalie Bagley. She's only in season 1 and season 4. Very prominent in season 1. Season 4, she's only exists in a flashback scene.
Okay. Well, yeah. You told me her.
Yeah,
And
Natalie
so I go
Bagley.
on a little app called Cameo, where I was actually hoping to get the teacher, because the teacher does Cameo, but she's just unavailable for requests right now.
Mm.
So, anyways, Natalia, what's her name?
Natalie Bagley, bro.
Natalie Bagley's character, her actress or actor, recorded a cameo for you for your birthday, and I couldn't wait anymore. I got it on Friday, and I had to send it immediately. Which we'll go through the story after that we hear it. But why don't we hit that? Why don't we hit that clip real quick?
Hit it, Natalie Bagley.
Hi, Matt. It's Alexis Nellis from the High School Musical, the musical, the series, also known as Natalie Bagley. Dad let me know that you are a big fan of the show, and that just filled my heart up so much, because this was one of the best projects that I ever got to work with, and knowing that it had such a great impact is just everything that I could have asked for. So thank you so much for all of your support and for being such a big fan of the show. But I also wanted to say that Dad let me know that it's your birthday. Happy birthday, King. Yes. I hope that this next year is filled with just all the love, all the laughs, all the good memories, the joy, and I hope that it gets just full of peace, full of ease. But yes, I'm so amazed by you. I know that you've been fighting with some Crohn's disease. My best friend also has that. And I know that that is a huge challenge in her life. So I'm so inspired by you both. I'm so inspired by your strength, your tenacity, your fortitude, and just your positivity. So thank you for sharing that with me. And thank you just for sharing that with the world, especially like when life is hard. It is hard. And you're amazing. You are absolutely amazing, and you deserve all the best on your birthday. And I hope that's exactly what you get. But all of my love, and it was so exciting to get to virtually meet you. Have a wonderful birthday, Matt. Mwah!
Yeah, so that was
an inspiration.
And so brave. An inspiration. Brave.
King.
A king. Yeah. Every word that you would want to hear from Natalie Bagley, she said it about me, bro. I'm not even kidding. I was getting my tires replaced Friday afternoon when you sent that to me. And there has never been someone smile. This is actually 100% true. In the history of the world, there has never been someone more giddy and smiling inside of a tire shop when they received for their birthday a cameo from a character from High School Musical, the musical, the series.
I would put money on that.
I look like a psychopath in there, I bet, because I found it to be the funniest thing. And we've had some funny moments on this podcast. We've had some legendary funny moments. Remember when someone shipped us flowers?
That was crazy.
Mystery flowers,
Legendary.
Insinuating that they're gonna murder us in our sleep. Incredible stuff. It was everything I would ever hope it would be. Can I say, I do have one comment, which I do find very funny. You've seen a little bit of the show. I know we watched it a little bit together.
Yeah.
There's a character who was almost like borderline a main character. His name in the show was Big Red. I went and looked at all the possible characters. He does cameo, and he was a main character on the show. And from what I can tell, Natalie Bagley, the actress, has not done anything else in her career. She charges $5 more than Big Red.
Yeah, and so this is what I was going to get to, because she charged quite a bit more. And also, I ordered this last Monday. So, and it didn't get there till Friday, but I paid for 24 hours shipping for no reason. Which is extra $15.
You should definitely be reimbursed for that.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to say. not only did I get reimbursed for the $15 24-hour shipping, she made it free.
No way.
And I don't know if it's because you're such an inspiration and so brave.
Dude, can I just say one thing? Thank goodness. It was the funniest. It was the funniest present I've ever gotten in my entire life, and I'm so glad you did it. But then I did track down because I was like, who else is even doing this? I wasn't trying to see how much you spent on it, but
it was 50 bones.
Yeah,
it's $50
total when you add
that's
the
what I was
express
gonna,
in.
now I need to. Do you want that in Venmo format now, or would you like?
No, I don't want it.
What else would you like? I could buy you another present now
because it's a thought that counts. It's a thought that counts.
You may have noticed she said "dad" in that because as I was typing the message to say, "Hey, like Matt's birthday is coming up," and I couldn't include an age because then I would have to say 28 years old, and that would probably throw her off. And so I didn't want to do that, and then I had to say, okay, and he also has Crohn's disease. But then if I'm saying it as an adult friend, I just don't know how she receives that. So I'm having to say, okay, I'm gonna be Matt's dad in this unspecified age. She's gonna believe it's a child, and let's let it rip. And she absolutely crushed it.
That
best. Must have been off the dome, and she crushed it.
Yeah, I will say I did notice. I think that was her second cameo ever booked ever.
She was probably pumped about it. So that's probably why it took so long. She had
no reason to believe. And the first one was in 2022. She had no reason to expect it. So and it is defensible in some ways that how could she have seen it coming?
And that's the thing too. After I sent the message, like, because I did also say that she was your favorite character in the message to her, which she didn't mention, probably because I would assume she knows that that's not true, and that could not possibly be true. It
could be nobody's favorite character. She's unbearable in the show.
Well, and she's not in the show, really. And so,
right.
Like, that's so funny, though, that she read that message, and she must know that she's not your favorite character.
Yeah, but should we maybe be careful? Because I bet this could be someone we could get on the podcast. And how great would it be to have her be an inside source onto the Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett drama when they were recording?
I bet she was backstage.
She had to have been around. I bet it. I think
you said she wasn't in season 2 though.
Oh wait, you're right.
Screw her.
Yeah, sorry, Natalie, you're out. We'll find someone better.
Big Red.
But if you know anyone who's let's get Big Red on the pod. Yeah, if you know anyone associated with High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 2, let us know and we'll reach out. We have a business email and people take us seriously in the podcast space. So we'll reach out and try to get them on because we would love to get the inside scoop into what happened there. But yeah, that was, you heard it. We've all heard it now. Everyone who's been around the show for even an episode probably knows that High School Musical, the musical, the series holds a very special place in my heart. I was on the ground floor of that show when it was released in season 1. I watched on Disney Plus. And it has always just been near and dear to me. And to have a character now know me and my condition of Crohn's disease, no cure by the way, that meant a lot. So I really do appreciate that and the effort you put in, and not only the effort, the thought. People always talk about the effort, but no one talks about the thought, and that meant a lot to me. So seriously, I wish we should have saved this for the end because I'm agreeing that you're a great guy right now, but why don't we just keep rolling anyways? Let's pretend we didn't agree.
Pretend we didn't. And so that's that was going to transition to my next thing. I have to get you something else now because I got refunded. No. So everybody knows if the money value goes away, I didn't get you anything technically. So now,
okay, but bro, okay,
it's not the thought that counts; it's the money that counts, and I've spent no money now.
But I need you to like level set on the. Think about the last 12 months. You've spent a lot of money to be my friend in the last 12 months, and I don't take that lightly. You have been a best man. You've carried the burden of that. You've carried the burden of cost when it comes to being involved in someone's wedding, the bachelor party, no less. Like
I caught food poisoning at the bachelor party, uncurable as well.
You caught food poisoning on the bachelor party by yourself. You did that, and so I don't want you to think that you owe me anything because this year you've shown time and time again. You got me a present off the registry. You've done it. Like you've done enough. I don't want you to think that you now are in like a
birthday. And it's the big 2-8. If you add that up, that's 10.
Bro, but here's the thing: you already gave me something. Just because it was free doesn't mean it didn't mean something to me. Some of those important things in life are free. Think about just camaraderie, bro. Camaraderie, bro. Think about friendship. When when we look back on this podcast and we look back on our inevitable end of our friendship in like 3 to 4 years, it's going to mean a lot when we think back of just like getting to be together. You know, that's what's most important. And remember, I want you to think about, this is a crazy callback. Think back to our 1-year anniversary special for a second. Kim, who you'll hear from later this episode in the form of a Q&A question. Kim's probably, let's be real, probably our biggest fan, and we appreciate Kim so much. Kim mentioned that the reason she loves this podcast, and this was her takeaway from the last year of listening to the podcast, was it was great to see like a digital diary of our friendship captured on camera. And by camera, I mean microphone, because this is an audio medium. And that's what this is all about, bro. And you did something special. And even if it was free, if it was $1,000, I would have loved it the same. Man, if it was $1,000, I would have. I'm not talking for the next 10 minutes. This is all you,
dude. Well, I was just gonna say, I could get you some NXTs. I know you love some Titleist NXT tours. They're out of stock everywhere because they're discontinued. But I could get you some on Second Swing or whatever. I'm gonna start talking again. How dare you? Because you know I don't do those anymore because I got fitted for new clubs and I have to have high spin golf balls. So I now am fitted for golf balls too. So I don't use NXTs. So why don't we just move on with our lives and just say that you got me a present and I'm fine with that. You got me. You've done too much and I'm frankly I'm getting sick and tired of your generosity. If I'm being honest. Okay, so we'll call it that then. Next time I'm gonna rob you. I'm gonna rob you blind and we'll be even.
Yeah, frankly, it probably would be true. So that's fine. We'll do that. Okay. Anything else about my birthday? You said Matt's birthday barbecue. You want to talk about that? Anything you want to talk about? You weren't there.
Yeah, just thought I didn't get invited.
But you did. There's a paper trail of that.
It's just funny that you called it a barbecue when there probably wasn't a brisket in sight. Sorry, I'm from Texas now. Yeah,
dude, you're such a rat, bro.
Nah, it looked good. Though. It looked tasty. I bet it was tasty. I saw you had babies crawling around. Our business manager's baby was crawling around on the floor, no less.
Dude, babies are
not
crazy.
Sure where else she'd be able to crawl, but that's crazy.
Dude, yeah, known fact about babies, their first place where they're on crawl is on the ground. But no, they're crazy. They'll just put stuff in their mouth and they'll just
eat it and stuff.
No concept of germs, but no, great baby and great times. So wish you could have been there. Everyone kept saying that was the one thing people kept saying is they wish you would have been there.
How many people said that? Well. I would love to know the count on that. I've got it at 2 in my head.
Okay, so there was me.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Is this thing on?
There's just you. Speaking of this thing on, man, that was a really funny joke you made earlier that I knew you wanted to talk about.
Okay, so Tyler sent a voice memo this morning because he was flying back from Tennessee to Texas, and so it was like 5 a.m. and
it was early.
You're on a coffee kick right now, which is kind of whack.
I'm trying to like coffee.
You got it twice, which was crazy.
I'm just trying to like coffee.
So you just gave your Starbucks order essentially, and then said it was $9, which is a lot, but obviously it's an airport, so that's life. Right. But what's your order?
It was a caramel iced latte with with vanilla cold foam, and I may have added in a joke at the end of that. I don't know if you kept the audio message. Did you keep the audio message?
Yeah, but I didn't want to bring it up because I don't want to edit it in.
Yeah, okay. I may have just brought it in a joke because I was offended by how much it costs, and so I think I'll just redo it the exact way that I
yeah. Well, I have all the wording, so I have the closed captions. You just want me to say it?
You can literally just play it into your microphone. I think
that's true. No, you're right. Okay, here we go. Hold on. I know how this works. Okay.
My Starbucks order would be like, can I get an iced caramel latte with some vanilla sweet cream and have my girlfriend spit in it?
His drink was $9.
And she didn't even get to spit in it.
That was probably really funny at 5 a.m.
Yeah, listening back to it, I can hear how tired I was actually.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, there really wasn't. You said there was a joke. There really wasn't a joke.
It wasn't much of a joke. But what I will say is I was wearing one of those shirts that said, "Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee," and I feel like you can hear it on my voice. I don't remember those shirts.
So here, but can we talk about my joke now? Thank you.
Yeah, your joke was way funnier than that.
Yeah. So your girlfriend did say it was $9, and then so at 8 a.m., which is a more reasonable time to text someone, I said, "Bro's drink cost a latte," And then about 45 seconds later, I said, a latte. And then at 1:01 p.m., no response. I said, a latte. And then at 1:13 p.m., you say, maybe closer to 4:30 if that's okay. And then I respond immediately at 1:13 p.m. At 1:13 immediately, I go, a latte. And then I said, is that text sending? And you said, is what text?
Right.
He said, nice. And I said, a latte.
And then I made sure
Do you get it though?
No, I made sure to hit you with it looks like this. And I just sent him a blank text back.
Just a blank text. But do you get it though?
No, I get it. It's wordplay and it's very funny. It's very funny. And I'm sure you're the first person you're definitely the first person to say something like that. Did we mention clankers last week?
Me and you talked about clankers, but we didn't mention it on the podcast.
Okay, it's a new slur for robots. If you don't know, it's a new slur for robots, which is crazy that exists.
It's fun for the whole family, though.
Well, the reason I'm asking that is because I came across a photo today after we got off the plane, and it's of Mr. Invincible. And by Invisible, I mean Mr. Incredible.
Okay.
From The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to get the wording just right.
Okay.
It's him angry at the dinner table, and it's me when my daughter brings home a.
Dude, I don't think I know we're just talking about robots, but I don't know if you can say that.
Dude, why can't you say that?
I think you can say clanker. What did you say before that? See, you can't say.
Bro, it's me. They're made of. It's like a metal.
Yeah.
It might be metal. I don't know.
There's gonna probably be some sensors in there, but that's great.
Please put the beeps in. Please put the beeps
in. Yeah, no, I've heard of these things though. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So.
Yeah. Well.
Do you want to get into this week's debate?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Okay. So the first one is a carryover from last week, and because last week's episode was such a heater that we ran out of time to talk about this one. But the question is the whole world sand?
In what way? Like, that's such a weird question.
Yeah. So I guess I can explain it more if you don't understand that. Think about, my thought was, I have this guy on TikTok, and he does deep sea fishing in the sense that he scuba dives with like kitchen tongs, and he catches like fish, mostly crabs is mostly what he gets, but he tries to catch crabs, lobsters, shrimp, moray eels, and then like the occasional fish.
Okay.
And also he gets a lot of sea cucumber, but those aren't even like alive.
I'm not really interested in what he catches, but keep going.
Okay, I guess that's fair, because it's not about what he catches. Because
it's not.
He's at the bottom of the ocean. I can only assume hundreds of feet down. What was interesting about that, though, is that the whole bottom of the ocean.
Surely you're not about to be shocked that it was sand down there.
It's all sand.
You knew that though, right? You knew that.
Well, I think in theory I did, but so that got me on the thought.
What did you think was down there? It was like granite.
Well, I don't know.
What did you think was down there?
I don't know, but because like. I know what beaches are. Beaches, I've been on a beach before. Beaches are sand. Yes. And you're telling me that the entirety of the ocean floor from say I'm standing on like Jacksonville Beach, Florida, for example, the best place on earth. And then I go all like a straight shot across would be like maybe like Morocco, maybe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But if you just go straight, like latitudinally straight across the Atlantic Ocean, and you're somehow able to walk on the ground of the ocean from the beach to beach, that's just all sand. Yeah, correct?
For the most part, I'm sure. I'm sure there's rocks that stick up. There's some sediments that we don't maybe I don't know, because let me put you on to the continental spreading, the floor spread. You remember the floor spreading from school?
Yeah, so I am aware of that, and I understand that maybe like at some points there's going to be rocks jutting out, because that's how the land we're on now is made, is because rocks came higher than water, and I get all that. That's fine. But like the sea floor itself is
spreading. Sea floor spreading.
Sure.
It's when new floor.
I've never
comes
seen
out
it
of the
personally
earth and spreads itself.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said I've never seen it personally. Is this thing on?
Dude. I feel like you just stated a fact and then made it like you tried to deliver it as a joke, and I'm not sure what happened. No, that's cool.
But I get what you're saying. I know it's not all going to be the exact same, but like, is it for the most part?
I know it's not going to be all the exact same. Is this thing on?
Well, I'm trying to make an actual point here, though.
All right.
The joke. No more jokes. I've reached my quota for jokes for this episode. I'm just saying, generally, is that just all sand? And where did all that sand come from? Why is there so much of it? Because most of the earth is covered in the ocean. How is it all sand? And like the sand is deep, I imagine too.
I'm sure it's not all sand. Like there's got to be some mud down there. There's got to be some sediment.
Where would the mud come from, bro?
Well, that's just like when the ground gets wet. That's what happens, man. It's just mud.
Yeah, but if the ground is always wet, how is it always going to stay mud? Because it's not mud. Like even think about like the lake. Have you ever like you remember how dirty the lakes are in East Tennessee?
Yeah, if you go to the bottom, that's mud down there, man.
Is that mud? That's not sand?
Yeah, I don't think that's sand. I think that just proves that there can be things.
I think it's like a mix
other than sand. It's sediment, sedimentation too.
Is that what sand is? Because if that's what sand is just like broken down sediments. How is that happening? Is it the rocks that are now like the land? Because like the beach. Why does sand start there? And then it pretty abruptly ends. Like obviously there's like sand mixed into the sediment and like in like places in coastal places, sand is mixed into the dirt until you get far enough inland. But where does sand come from?
I feel like we could learn.
But that's not.
Well, I think we should both guess, and then we should look up the real answer.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to do it because like obviously we have the answers to this, and but if we just looked up the answers, that's half of our debates on this podcast.
Yeah, well let's both guess, see who gets closer.
I like to think that this podcast is kind of like how the ancient Greek philosophers kind of thought about how life came to be and like how life is. So my guess is that volcanoes under the ocean, the weaker ones turn into sand and then the sand gets pushed around.
Why the weaker ones? What does that have to do with anything?
But because if they're made of stronger rock, then they would become full volcanoes and come out of the water and then they'd be volcanoes. But I think like because like is the whole underground volcano, right? Because magma
whole underground volcano.
Yeah, like there's like the whole like the whole Earth's
the volcano would be like the head of the pimple, right?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so like yeah, so there's a bunch of different pimples, and that's how land has been made is from all the pimples. Is that right? We're on the same page?
I think we're on that. I think we're all over that actually.
So if that's how land came to be, my only guess is that the weaker rocks that created the weaker volcanoes probably just disintegrated in the water because they didn't have enough strength to become a full-on piece of land.
I don't think it had anything to do with the actual volcanoes, though. It probably is like it's just loose sediment that got washed away and over years and years of like being hit by waves and washed around, it just became so fine that it's sand, and then that got pushed up by the water, and now it's beach.
Okay. So instead of acting like a pompous jerk and disputing mine, I would like you to give your answer.
I just did.
Oh.
It's the sediment that came up, not the actual volcanoes, but the sediment that came out of seafloor spreading. It comes up, but then it gets all broken up, right? I haven't seen it personally, by the way. That's a joke. Are you laughing? Yeah, because it's not funny. Anyways, so seafloor spreading comes up. It spreads. But then the loosest particles of that, or the loosest sediments of that, gets washed around, right? It gets thrown around by the water cycle. And then...
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking. And so that all floats inwards towards land. It drifts towards the land. Because that's another thing. I think waves, when they hit the side of land, right? That's more force than the ground's ever seeing way out in the ocean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then how does it know where to stop? It feels like it would just keep pushing forward.
I think it's just simply where the water comes to. Like, or has come to.
No way. Bro, I'm right. Bro,
you're right? You looked it up?
Yeah, it's IYSC, dog. Where does sand come from? Sand is essentially broken down rock created by weathering and erosion of the Earth's crust over millions of years. Here's how it forms.
That's what
Mountains.
I said.
No, I'm not. Well, hold on. I actually said this part. Mountains and rocks, because mountains are just volcanoes. So mountains and rocks break down.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So I'm actually perfectly right.
You said volcanic rocks, yeah.
And then next is river sediment. Rivers transport sediment. And so, yeah.
I'm going to
so
say it. If you put our answers together, I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And because the ocean floor has so much, because erosion never stops. That was my other question, though, is if erosion's never stopping, why are beaches not going further inland?
What do you mean?
And maybe they are just slowly. Because like we keep eroding more sand.
Well,
erosion never stops.
We're
There's a continuous
eroding more
supply.
sand,
Sea Dog
or
says it
we're-
himself.
Well, I think that's where the water comes in, and it has to reach a certain level to actually erode it.
Yeah, but if more sand keeps coming, it should keep pushing water further, should it
But
not?
if more sand keeps coming, it probably makes the beach a little bit higher up where the water can't get as far inward.
You sound stupid right now, and I'm
I
ready
just
to move
answered
on.
your question. I just answered your question.
No, I think you're just wrong, and I'm ready to move on.
I just answered your question. I don't know if it's right, but that makes sense. That's logical sense.
All I know is I think we're both right.
I'll take it because we don't know much about sand, and that's okay. We're not geologists by any means.
Can I put you onto something that we do know a lot more of, like more about? Hold on, let me try that again. Can I put you onto something that we both know a lot more about?
Yeah.
Spiderman.
I love Spiderman. That's been
Now
my
we're
favorite
talking.
superhero since I was a little boy.
Yeah. Editor Matt, input that clip of Tyler doing a backflip in front of a GameStop in a Spider-Man costume. Hey, Editor Matt here, recording live during the podcast. That's a video clip, so that would do no good for us right now. All right, back to Matt and Tyler.
Editor Tyler here. That's actually just a picture of me. There was no video, and I didn't know how to do a backflip at that point. But anyways, we'll get going. But it's an audio medium anyway, so you couldn't see the picture even if you wanted to. Unless it's added until we agree on Instagram, of course.
No.
Okay.
No, we're only posting TikToks on Instagram these days. So, and that's been generating just tens of thousands of views weekly, which is actually insane. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Until We Agree. We're actually blowing up over there, and we're trying to get some inside sources on television and media coming on the podcast soon. So keep locked in everywhere. We'll love to have you here in the Rat Pack. Okay, Spider-Man. Are you aware of Spider-Man?
Yeah, all the iterations, all the versions of them. You've got Drake Bell as Spider-Man in some instances. You've got you've got Tom Holland currently playing Spider-Man. You've got Andrew Garfield, my favorite Spider-Man, and then you've got, of course, Tobey Maguire, the original live-action Spider-Man.
I find that interesting that Andrew Garfield's your favorite. The favorite movies or favorite Spider-Man? Because if he's your favorite Spider-Man, that's fine. But really?
Well, the second of the Amazing Spider-Man is weak. I'm not going to argue with that. It's a weak movie.
Sure.
But I just loved the Amazing Spider-Man. It was edgy. It was cool. It was everything you wanted to be. It's just that he wasn't Peter Parker enough, and I can accept that.
Yeah. So I want to put you on to maybe like a lesser known Spider-Man actor for a second.
I already know it.
Okay. Who is it?
I lied. I was gonna try to come up with something, but I don't know. Who is it?
That's okay. It's Tom Holland.
I said Tom Holland.
Right. Well, yeah, but you weren't talking about him. You said him, but then I want to put you on.
You said it like
now.
you were gonna put me on him, but I've been on to him.
Well, yeah, but not as much as I'm about to put you on.
Okay.
This is another science debate. I actually saw this today on TikTok. I saw this today. So Spider-Man and Spider-Man Homecoming, Tom Holland Spider-Man. There's only one Spider-Man in this movie, not like the third one of his where there's like 1,000 or whatever.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. Zendaya's in it. Let me put you on Zendaya for a second. From Dune and Disney's Shake It Off or Shake It Up.
Shake It Up, Shake It Off, Shake It Up.
One of
them. Challengers.
Yeah, name
and
one
Euphoria,
more Zendaya movie.
Euphoria.
That's not a movie.
That's a TV
not a movie.
show.
Name one more Zendaya movie.
She's not in a bunch of movies.
Oh, but she is.
She's in a lot of movies.
Dune Part 2.
Okay, but we can't just name
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, she's in all the
Spider-Man Far From Home.
She's in all the Spider-Men.
She's probably in Avengers Endgame. I don't know. I mean, maybe not actually.
She's not.
Okay. Anyways, the point is I was watching this TikTok, and in the first one, they go to Washington D.C. at one point.
Yes.
And they're at the Washington Monument. Peter Parker is not there because he was busy trying to be a hero and he got locked in a big room. And so what ended up happening is Ned takes an explosive. Nice one. That was good, actually. That was a good pull.
I forgot she was in it, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah, that was a big time one. So Ned accidentally blows up his class in an elevator.
Yes.
And they're all trying to escape upwards. And Spider-Man is trying to get in through like a bulletproof glass like window at the top of the Washington Monument.
And
he gets through. Yeah, he gets through as the elevator is falling down from the top floor all the way back down to the bottom. There's still 3 people inside the elevator. And what I was thinking was, as I was watching that, I was like, what if Spider-Man's not there? Because if he's not there, they're going to hit the ground in an elevator going at a pretty high rate of speed. And my thought is I personally do not believe that Spider-Man exists in real life. So if I was in that situation, what would I be doing if the elevator is falling from that height? And I thought for a second, and maybe this is bad science. I'm sure there's an answer to this.
You're not about to say jump, are you?
Well, I am about to say jump, but do you know, like, in the context of how I'm going to say jump?
Like jump as soon as it lands, as it's landing?
Jump is, as it's landing.
Okay, let me put you on a Mythbusters.
Has that been tested?
It's been myth-busted.
Myth-busted in the sense that it can be done or it can't be done?
It can't be done. Because what happens as it's landing, like, you could jump before you land too. But even if you jump, all you're doing is delaying your land time by like a millisecond. Because you would jump, but you're still jumping and traveling downwards. You're just jumping from the floor and traveling downwards at the same speed. So when the elevator hits the bottom of the area, you just hit it like you jumped it. But it actually probably
sounds like they didn't. It sounds like they didn't time it very well then, because they would. I think I get that. It would have to be that you would have to jump before your body realizes the impact it just had, but after it hits the ground, after the elevator hits the ground, right? Would that not make it different? If say the roof of the elevator doesn't collapse as it literally hits the ground and that momentum stops. And before your body feels the impact of that. I'm going
to go ahead and I've got the summary from Mythbusters already here, because this is. But
I don't think they mythbusted the right thing. They're talking about jumping right before it lands.
If you jump at 1 mile per hour and you're falling at 20 miles per hour, you still hit the floor at 19 miles an hour.
So I would have to be jumping at 0 miles per hour. That's what I'm saying.
If you jump at 0 miles per hour, I hate to break it to you, you're not jumping.
But I'm talking about the elevator is going 0 miles per hour, not me. Sorry.
No, the elevator, if it's falling, is going a certain speed.
But I'm saying if there's like a moment in time where those two don't match up, where the elevator is compressing under the weight of hitting the ground, but it hasn't gotten to the person yet, right? And if you can time that exactly perfectly,
but no, you would have to jump at the speed that the elevator is falling, and that's not possible.
Why not?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can't do that. Because the elevator's so heavy, you can't jump at that speed. How fast is it falling, though?
How fast is it falling, though? Like 25 miles an hour? I can jump at like 22 miles an hour and be a 3 mile per hour fall.
Are you out of your mind?
Think about like burst speed. Right off the gate.
If you could jump at 20 miles an hour, I don't even know.
Not for long.
I don't know how we could do the math on how high you would jump, but that's not how that works.
Why would it not be? I feel like I'm not off on this.
I feel like it's been tested extensively. Have you asked Sea-Dog yet?
The Mythbusters don't know anything, though.
Have you asked Sea-Dog yet?
You riff, I'll ask.
Okay, so I used to watch a lot of Mythbusters. That's how I know so many cool things. Matt, he wasn't allowed to watch Mythbusters. It was too scientific. It was.
It's not true. It's too scientific.
It was too smart for him.
Too pro-vax.
No, just too smart for him, I think. Like, he couldn't read until he was 10. I did hear, actually, that when he was in the hospital for Crohn's, that was the first time he ever saw Barney. He was being introduced to Barney as a freshman in high school, just like developmentally behind, which is fine, but he was also just like socially behind as far as TV shows go. He just heard about SpongeBob 2 years ago. And so
I have bad news.
Yeah.
The human body, the best a human body can jump is 3 to 5 miles per hour.
Right, okay. So it's not looking good for the elevator, huh?
Oh. But point 3, timing would have to be perfect. You would need to time your jump within fractions of a second before impact. And you wouldn't know exactly when that is. You're not going to see the ground approach. You're in a metal box. Okay, well, ignore the last part for a second. What I'm hearing is there's a way for it to be possible. It's just not looking great.
Right. But so even if you are jumping at that speed, like the 3 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, let's say we're extreme athletes, 5 miles an hour jumps.
Which I would do 5 for sure.
If you time it right, I get how it makes sense. If you time it right.
What if
like
you time
right
it to where
at impact?
At some point before it gets to 0 miles per hour, it's going 5 miles per hour. It just goes from 100 to 0 really, really quick. But if you time it up where it somewhere between 1 and 10 miles an hour, it would be.
You would basically have to jump as the metal is like starting to touch, I would assume. And so
right, which would be hard to time.
It's an issue.
I'm not denying that, but it sounds like I'm correct that it's not impossible if you jump it at the exact right time. You just have to do it at the exact right time.
Huh.
Sea-Dog is saying to lie flat on your back to more evenly distribute the force.
That sounds unpleasant.
So that
sounds unpleasant.
He just says it could lower the risk of massive internal injury compared to standing up.
Right, because if you're standing up, I believe your thigh bones kind of go straight into your guts, which is never good.
Yeah, but I mean, my guts are already so messed up anyways with Crohn's. What could a few thighs do, you know? But it sounds like I'm right, which was good because I didn't know if I was going to be right before that. So I'm glad.
I don't know that you are.
I'm glad things worked out.
That's great. Let's go to Q&A where you can be right some more because you've been killing it today, man. Don't
I know it? And I'm going to even start with a banger Q&A question to start because this was a shock and it was fun and it was a moment of joy for me because Ronnie came back.
Woo.
Ronnie went AWOL for like 3 months and all he comments is, Matt wins this episode.
wait.
Oh yeah, Ronnie, thanks. I was there, Ronnie. I remember winning. Yeah, we all know. But thank you for commenting. That was good. It's great to have you back, and it's a joy. So thanks for saying that.
Disagree.
Now you can say something. Yeah, okay.
No, just disagree. I don't know why he would say. Where did he comment that, by the way?
On Spotify. If you have Spotify and you're listening on Spotify, you can leave a comment to ask a question or just a comment in general about your thoughts on the episode.
I'm pulling that up.
Are you going to
right
comment
now.
on that right now?
No, yeah, I'm just going to downvote it. But
too late. I've already loved it. I've already hearted it. So
anyways,
it's too late.
Kim asks, POV. You are at a sleepover and the host is woefully underprepared. Would you rather spend the night with just a pillow or just a blanket? I mean, I think we would agree on this.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. You're kind of a little pillow baby. I'm more of a blanket guy.
What?
Okay, my tootsies can't be cold.
Yeah, let me put you onto the wonders of aging for a second. As your elder now, as someone who's lived life and is proven by Ronnie's comment alone that I'm wiser in many ways.
Isn't it crazy that for 123 days you were alive on this earth and I was not?
I know, it was a good time. Things felt right.
Yeah.
But so I want to put you onto this for a second,
okay.
Because I've learned a lot about the human body and I've learned a lot about the aging human body now. And as I've grown up, I've realized that your body's like natural position where it exists is really, really important. So you have to have a pillow. Call me a pillow freak if you want. I said it. I'm a pillow freak. Send me to jail. Yeah, send me to jail. Big deal.
Buff him up.
I'm a pillow freak because I don't want to sleep all night with a messed up sleeping posture. That's not gonna pay dividends in the long run.
Well, good luck sleeping in the freezing cold house,
bro. You have not even entertained the idea that it might just be warm. It may not even be that cold.
Underprepared. They're underprepared. They haven't they haven't put on it's the dead of winter and there's no heat and you're still bringing
No one ever said it was. No one ever said it was the dead of winter. No one ever said it was the dead of winter.
I'm just saying
the question was asked on.
You're
the question was
applying
asked
this
like
logic that might not be accurate to the actual scenario.
All I'm doing is taking what we have, the information we have, which was a question that Kim asked on like July 28th.
And may I just say, by the way,
July 28th. So I'm going to exist.
May I just say, if you love
July
pillows
28th.
so much, why'd you leave yours behind in Jack's Beach and we had to turn around and make a 2-hour detour so you could go get it?
Bro, I think you answered your own question there. Actually,
that's just embarrassing.
If I love pillows so much, yeah, I'm gonna take time to go get my pillow.
If you truly love something, don't you let it go?
No,
and you went back for it.
That has never been like verified to be true.
And it's like a butterfly.
I love my wife. I'm not going to let her go because I love her so much. What do you mean?
Are you ever entrapped? Is that what you're saying? You're not going to let her go?
Essentially, yeah. And the law's on my side for that.
The law is on your side. She can't go anywhere. I forgot about that.
so I'm taking pillow. I'm taking pillow in the middle of July. I'll be fine.
But here's what.
Thank you for asking.
But here's what you're not understanding.
Think about the term woefully unprepared.
Here's what you're not understanding. Have you ever used a blanket before?
Yeah.
Have you ever used a blanket before?
In my time, yes.
So what happens if you fold up a blanket nice and snug and put it behind your head?
Yeah, but
honk,
what's
honk.
the point
You're
then?
A clown.
No, what's the point? No, but there's no. You didn't make a point there. That wasn't a point.
Because a blanket's an all-purpose tool. A blanket's an all-purpose tool. You can use it for a pillow or a blanket.
It's just. But if I'm going to use it,
if you're being efficient, it's a large blanket. You can half of it can cover you.
Okay,
and then the other half you bundle up and you use as a pillow.
With the same logic, this woefully unprepared host, for all we know, they could be giving us like a nap.
I think that's something we're bringing. It's not something that they just have.
Bro,
they're woefully underprepared. They don't have much.
That sounds like I would be woefully unprepared then.
Why?
If I was preparing, I would bring a blanket and a pillow.
Yeah,
that's not the question.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this question doesn't make sense.
No, the question makes perfect sense. It's the implication that your host is providing you sleeping goods because that's what normal hosts do. You've never brought a pillow to my house, and you slept at my apartment time and time again.
Yeah, you make me sleep on couch pillows.
No, I actually don't. I actually gave you my nice pillows twin. Remember?
I remember. That was mean of me to say because it's not true.
Go ahead and honk for a second. Do a honk.
Honk.
Clown nose honk.
Honk.
Yeah, there you go.
And
okay.
You haven't come back since I got a new couch that's way more comfy than the couch you slept on. You'd be way happier on this couch.
Bro, you don't invite me.
Look
at that full circle moment.
No, you've been
This
invited.
has been Until We Agree. I'm Matt. That's Tyler. We've talked about everything we want to talk about. Tyler's a good friend, except when he's not. We'll see you next time. This has been Until We Agree. Hit it, Hutch.
Thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
You really think the Clankers bit was too much?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think we can say that. They're just robots.
No, I think Clankers is fine. I think it was...
What else did I say? I blacked out. What else did I say?
Yeah.